Hello, I am William Hatton Price. What's up?
Nothing. I was just looking away. He's Will. I'm Dan.
Yeah,
Hiya there.
I'm
As
Will-
you can tell by the name of this video, this is us. What were you going to say?
So I am William Hatton Price, and this is Daniel Booker. But this is just general background on us, so that you know who we are.
It's like an introduction.
Yeah, so that you get to know a bit more about us and why we're actually into this and doing this, because we enjoy doing music together. It's absolutely fun, but there's more behind it than just that, really. So for me, it's a fact of I'm born into a very musical family, on the folk scene, that is. So my biggest influence is actually my family in general, because they've been doing this for a long time, and it actually shows who I am and what I do, which is what I love. And at the end of the day, it's why I got into music in the first place, despite my grandma getting me a drum for my second Christmas and banging away at it ever since. For me, in terms of music, when it comes to playing music, my favourite is actually, it varies in genres all the time. So yeah, I'll go over to Dan to start doing a bit as well now.
I grew up with a musical family, but whereas, like, my dad used to play guitar when he was younger, then gave up as he got older. I think my granddad did the same thing. He played when he was about my age and gave up when he got older. I'm not going to give up. But I was more grown up with listening to lots of music, whereas I was brought up with country and rockabilly and a bit of psychobilly and the Beatles. I don't know what you would class the Beatles as, but then I also brought up with glam rock, like Bon Jovi and Poison, and then I got all the chart stuff, and then I just did my own thing and learning everything.
That's kind of like me, really, because when it came to, obviously I'm born and raised into the folk scene, I later on just sort of went a bit further, and I went into blues, jazz, rock, Latin.
Latin? Getting exotic now.
I know more genres than I know, man. But I've
You know more genres than you know.
I never make sense.
Will does not word good. Will hits things.
I'm a drummer. I'm not used to this kind of stuff. I'm good.
Will plays drums.
I'm a drummer, not a talker.
Will is the percussionist of this, whereas
Yeah.
I am the singer and guitarist.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything better than that. I'm just saying you do all of the hitty things of multiple different things. Tambourines. I'm trying to see what you've got over here. Drums. Cajon.
I've got
Bucket.
djembe.
Djembe?
A tiny djembe. What do I play? I can see everything from here. I've got an electric drum kit. I've got an actual drum kit, acoustic one,
Desk drum kit.
desk one, bongos, cajon, djembes. That upside down djembe. Bring that in, because this is actually the first one I got when I was a baby,
Which is broken.
Yeah, it's split, and I haven't stopped playing it since, really.
I probably clipped the mic to fuck.
No, you didn't actually, because it's probably about as worse as us talking into the mic. Yeah. So we actually got a bunch of questions for this, which is actually going to help.
Don't let me say my musical instruments that I can play. It's fine.
Yeah. Fine. Fuck's sake. Excuse my language. Go on. What musical instruments do you play?
Thank you, Will. I can play guitar, bass, piano, bits of drums, and I sing. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can actually play now.
Ukulele.
Yeah, ukulele. It's a bit different.
I remember buying
different
that.
chords.
You should have brought that with you, actually.
I don't even know where it is at the moment. It's been buried. I have no control over where any of my stuff is in my own house.
Well,
It's somewhere in the house.
You mean your mum's house?
Yeah. I went to uni, came back, and my stuff is everywhere.
And then there's me. I tried uni, quit, and I've just been working since on all sorts, whether it's trying to get an income or doing this stuff, which is now going to happen a bit because we are recording a lot more as well. So
Background on both of us as well. We've both been in multiple. Have I been in multiple? Yeah, I've been in multiple bands.
this is background on us together. Really, this bit is where, because we've been in bands together before, which have been, well, just
It's more everyone kind of started doing their own thing and complications and
so. First band we were in was Borderline of Insanity together.
technically that was a completely different band before you even came into it, because me and Will met at college. The band actually started before we came to college, but our drummer didn't have the time to do it anymore, so we were looking for a drummer. I met Will,
and then I came in quite quickly, and it worked from there.
and then band different things.
People being arseholes, that's all I'll say.
We were young. We were all. It was stupid.
I was probably 16 about that. 16, 17.
No, you
about
weren't.
That time.
I was 16, and you're a year. You would have been 17, 18. I was 16, 17.
Okay, I get my ages wrong all the time, man. Yeah, so I would have been 17, 18. So he's only like a year younger than me. So
I think I'm. Yeah. Well, no, you're 22 this year.
yeah, I'm 22 this
So I'm
year.
2 years younger technically.
Yeah. Oh, you're still 19.
No, I'm 20.
Oh, okay. Oops.
20 plus 2 is 22.
Don't confuse me. But yeah, and then what's the band after that? Infection.
Infection.
Oh my god, they.
Well, no, it might. The problem. That was another thing. It was a problem of I lived in Deeping. We all lived in Peterborough. Jack lived in somewhere near Bourne.
John,
If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, Jack.
John
lived in Oakham. Michael lived in Bourne. Michael then had got jobs and went off and did one thing, and we never really heard, which wasn't his fault. He was living his life, which is fair enough.
It really wasn't his fault. It's just
And that's where this came from. This started from, me and Will being free to practice, but John having work, Jack having work, Michael
working constantly.
I don't know. There were points where he could have been dead, and I never knew.
Yeah, because we never.
Michael, please message me. I miss you, buddy.
We barely hear from it. Well, we barely hear from Michael. We don't. I hear. We
Michael's
both hear
just
from,
Michael's just living his life. It's fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, in fairness, I don't really see him go on Facebook unless he's got another Facebook that he just if he's forgotten. I don't know.
We hear from John both frequently, and Jack. Well, we see stuff, but he never really talks to us. Jack, message us.
And and this kind of stemmed from
Infection because
it was
all them
us two were free to practice. No one else was really free to practice, so we would meet and we kind of just went, fuck it, let's do acoustic stuff. And we've done all this metal and rock stuff, but actually I like my acoustic stuff. It's nice and chill and calm.
And from there it got to the stage where
we spent about a year just practicing.
Yeah, before we actually realised how about we
actually record?
How about we record and actually form a group, which is where Dan and Will Acoustic came from.
It's mainly just covers at the moment, but that's because I've been at uni so much and I've had all this work to do. I haven't really I keep having ideas, but I have ideas when I'm not near something to write it down. So by the time I then come home to write it down, it's completely gone. So, but I'm now off for 3 months, so now I can actually sit down and write stuff when I have the inspiration to.
And we can.
My EP is called Inspirations.
Yeah, the first half.
And the second part is going to be a bigger EP. It's not. Technically, would it be an album? It's gone from being a 3-track thing to more.
Well, we're doing 3 tracks on each, so it'll be a complete album in total. 6.
It's still. We're talking about going from an EP and adding more songs as we keep loving all these covers, and the reason of Inspirations was because it was our inspiration. It's some of our favourite music, because some of my favourite music, as much as I love my acoustic, I love my punk. Hiya, sorry about that. The camera died, so now it has new batteries. What were we talking about? Inspirations. Yes, so we both love our punk, acoustic, metal, rock. We vary when it comes to metal.
Yeah.
Whereas you go lighter in terms of folk, and I like folk. I got grown up with some folk.
And you were listening to some in the car journey on the way down.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it was good. It was his mum's music.
Yeah.
I did like it.
Yeah, that's how I'm actually born into folk, because my family, like my mum, who you just mentioned, is a folk artist who's been doing this since I was born, if not before that. With Irish folk, all sorts, and I diverted. I opened up the path a bit more, went rock, punk, jazz, stuff like that, which was rather interesting for me because it allowed me to pull them back into home, and incorporate them into folk in a way.
Yeah, because our music differs. Whereas you go more jazz and folk, and more folk than me anyway. I go heavier in terms of metal with gent and. Do I listen to groove metal? There is some groove metal that I've heard. I like.
So it'll be interesting because we could easily pull out. We could easily do some unique styles when it comes to.
Well, we want to do. This is
stuff.
acoustic rock, obviously. If you wouldn't have guessed by the fact that we've done what we've done on the first EP, we did Fall Out Boy, which is punk. Beartooth, which is originally a hardcore.
Was it Ed?
Ed Sheeran, which is acoustic pop.
Yeah. So
excuse me.
It's alright. So we've got a fair amount right there, which is nice, and it works out well, really.
Yeah.
So we'll just run straight into the questions that we had lined up ready for this, because this is actually I think we just answered nearly all of them, haven't we?
Musical influences. So
we just answered that.
Yeah. So favourite musicians, Will?
My favourite musician
musicians, if you want. I can't really decide on a single one.
In terms of metal drummers, because I'm going to base mine around drummers. When it comes to heavy drummers, I'm going to go with Joey Jordison and Lars Ulrich. Two great drummers with two amazing bands. If you're not sure who,
Joey Jordan's got more than just.
Yeah, I know he has. But Lars Ulrich is Metallica, and then Joey Jordison is Slipknot.
Originally.
Who are probably one of my big influences.
He's been in loads of bands.
Outside of my family, they are my influences.
His new band's really good.
Yeah. In terms of folk rock and stuff like that, which is my home, which is my roots, and then folk rock, which is expanded on that. So I would say Faustus, who are a folk band, and Bellowhead. These are. That Dan doesn't know about these. I'll probably let him listen to these sometime whilst he's here, and so that he can see what I mean. Because the inside proper folk itself, my family are probably my biggest inspiration. Which is, some people might say that sounds a bit tacky and a bit cheesy, but it's true. Because of them, I got into music. Who is your favourite musician?
Well, I'd say Corey Taylor definitely, because
good musician.
He does Slipknot, he does Stone Sour, but then he's also done some of his own solo stuff. I've watched gigs where he's done acoustic solo gigs, and it's so adaptable, and I love it. But then I've got inspirations from like Johnny Cash, from my dad and my granddad, and other bands like Escape the Fate. I love Craig Mabbitt's voice and the screaming, and Bury Tomorrow has probably got one of my favourite screamists, and Ice Nine Kills. So a lot more metal, but it all some of my favourites also vary with like All Time Low. New stuff is still I can't make up my mind on the new stuff.
I prefer All Time Low's more earlier stuff. Myself, same with Fall Out Boy. I prefer some of their earlier stuff.
Yeah, Patrick Stump has to be one of my favourite as well, because he has a beautiful voice.
Yeah. What is your favourite instrument that you own?
Probably my new guitar.
Do you want to go grab it?
Yeah, we attempted to show this in a vlog before, but it was very dark.
Yeah.
So
I used a different camera and the lighting was pretty shit.
This is the Epiphone Zenith Master Built.
Look at these F-holes.
Don't touch my F-holes. But it's a beautiful guitar, and it's my first. It's not a proper expensive guitar, but it's my first that cost me this much, and it's so good because after going from cheaper guitars to something of this standard, the quality, you can feel the quality instantly, and it's so much better. What about you, Will? What is your favourite instrument?
Mine's going to have to be two instruments. One, my very first one is my drum kit, I have a full acoustic drum kit. It's Tama. Obviously, I can't get it out because I don't have the space at the moment. However, what I can do is I can put a big photo on screen right here, so that way they probably won't see us, man, because how I'm going to edit this. But yeah, that's my Tama drum kit in full flow before I moved into here. Then my other favourite instrument is actually my cajon. It's a very cut down version. I'm not going to get that on screen because it's quite big, and even though it's next to you,
I could get it out.
Sure. It's my favourite instrument outside of my drum kit because it's a very cut down version.
I can't get it out. Never mind.
Yeah, I thought so. It's a cut down version of a drum kit. It's basically a bass drum and a snare, and it sounds absolutely amazing. If you listen to our album Inspirations, that's what I've used for it, and it works well with the acoustic rock thing we're going for as well, which is why I love it mostly, because it's great live. It's nice and easy, and it's great live.
Also, another reason why I got the new guitar, actually, this is when I say a new guitar, this is a very new guitar.
How old is it?
I got it 3, maybe 4 weeks ago now.
Wow.
Because I had a Fender CP Parlor, and it was a good guitar. I'm not saying it's a bad guitar. It's more just it was fully acoustic. So when we went to go play a gig with it, which will be on this channel, please put the thing up in the corner, link to it
At the end, yes. They'll.
You can put it part way through. I know how to do it. I'll do that. Future me, do that. You know how to do it.
Yeah.
But it was a fully acoustic guitar, so then when we got to that gig, the guy instantly went to give me the jack cable, and I was like, I don't have that. Whereas this one now does, and
yeah. So what we
sounds beautiful,
yeah, so
plugged in.
So what we did before was they had to hold a microphone up to the body,
which didn't work brilliantly.
No, but it'll work a bit better this time, which will be better because it's like you said, it's a jack. It takes a jack to jack, which would be great, and will really be useful. Yeah.
What other questions have we got?
I think we've answered everything actually. I know this has been a bit formal, but that's purely because and set up to be formal, but that's
just it's been more informal.
Hey,
we've winged most of this. This is informal.
Well, it's parts of it have been formal. But that's purely because we want to get everything across that you need to know about us, whether it's where we got where our inspiration came from and all that. But yeah, which is absolutely amazing. The audio for this is actually being recorded by my brand new microphone, which you can probably see at the bottom of the screen.
We've never tried doing videos like this before. We've done this will be our 5th vlog we've done together now. 3 on your channel. We've done the travelling vlog that we've uploaded.
Yeah, and
then this is the first one we're attempting camera and audio recorded separately.
So it'll be completely wow, and it should work out pretty well because we've tested the sound for this last night and earlier, and we think it's pretty amazing, and it's just going to be wonderful to do this sort of thing. It means a bit more editing, but I can work with that. I do a lot of the editing for the videos and stuff like that, and then they get put out.
I know how to do little features on YouTube, like the thing up there and other little things.
But outside of that, before it gets on YouTube, I'm the person who does all the editing. Sometimes we don't want it too flash half the time, so it can just be the most basic things. But when we want it a bit,
something we could mention just now. We have plans, obviously, for, as we've mentioned, Inspirations Part 2, which is, we've got Inspirations Part 1, which is a 3-track. We're talking about making Inspirations Part 2 more than just another 3-track. We want to make it almost like a mini album, so a bit bigger than it. Would it be an LP? Is an LP bigger than an EP?
Yes.
Yes, it'd be more of an LP. But we've also got an original lined up, which originally was just my thing that I did by myself before we properly started this, but we're going to reuse that because
I've listened to it. It's a pretty amazing song, and we are going to start working on some original albums as well. So these covers.
But we've got one lined up, which will be up very soon as just a single. Inspirations Part 2 will be up
Midweek?
soon.
Midweek, would you say?
Yeah, it depends how quick. We haven't fully decided on how many tracks we are going to do. It's definitely going to be an LP, not an EP this time.
Yeah,
so it's probably going to be more 5-6 tracks, maybe 7.
Yeah.
We're not entirely sure yet.
Yeah. So we've already got the 3.
We're going to revisit tracks that, or we're going to revisit songs that we loved practicing and playing.
We're not going to do that 6-minute one though. You know which song? American Pie.
That's more than 6 minutes. That's a 9-minute long song.
8-9 minutes. Yeah,
because screw the radio edit. No one wants the radio edit. You want American Pie. You go for full American Pie.
Which we have done, and it's a bloody long time. It's a good song, but
I also cannot remember that whole entire song off the top of my head. So
and I can't either actually.
Ugh.
And I'm just a drummer. But yeah.
So we've got things lined up.
Yeah,
we have a website that we've done as well.
Link to that will be down below.
Actually, that's the point. You do more editing. I actually did most of that.
Yeah, I just edited the finer details and did the bits for myself, which were.
We've also got, if you wanted any more background stuff, I mean, we've basically said most of what we've got on there, but there are still a bit more, I think, information about us individually on the website. We've got like a little.
Yeah, so actually tells you where I got my inspirations growing up, like all aspects, whether it's my parents, my grandparents, stuff like that, and then it's the same for him as well with that sort of thing. So. Yeah.
I also got brought into music quite a lot from friends.
Me, for instance.
Yeah. And also, no, not as a harsh thing to you, but I mean more of a. Before we even knew each other, it was almost like
Joe, Matt, and those guys sort of did.
No, even before I was properly friends with Joe.
Oh wow.
When I was still at like really early secondary school with Matt and Luke, what was it? Matt played guitar. Matt kind of got me more into playing guitar. Matt is my best friend, by the way. I mean, well, no, you're allowed more than one best friend.
I know.
How long have we known each other now? It's also a very good point.
4
We haven't actually said about how long we've known each other.
4 years, maybe 5. I can't remember off the top of my head. How old were you when you met me?
Oh no, it's been a year. It was a year of that. Then it was 4 years.
Okay, I was right. 4 years.
4 years, yes, because I was 16, 17.
Yeah, I was 18.
So, yeah, 4 years.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. This is just so that you know who we are. And
our EP that we've mentioned before is free.
Yeah, you can. I'll put the links to that down below, which is Bandcamp. What's the other one? And SoundCloud.
We've got SoundCloud.
What did I say?
SoundCloud.
The SoundCloud. Feel free to download them. I'll put link to our Facebook down below and our website, so you can go check it out and see the more detailed information. Anyway, thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe to our channel to see a lot more vlogs and a lot more videos based around behind the albums, which we'll be doing one for this week as well as all the individual songs for our next album or EP, LP, whatever
it becomes. It might even, depending on how many tracks we want to do, we might even make it more than an LP.
Yeah, we don't know how large we're going to make it, but yeah. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.